Welcome friends. So topic for today is cell referencing in MS Excel. So we have three types of referencing. One is relative referencing, then second is mixed referencing, third is absolute referencing. So let's see how it works. So I have some data pre-filled here and I want some calculations to be performed. These are the prices of items in rupees, and then I have to add tax on these items. So the price, new price after tax would be original price plus tax rate multiplied by price of item. Now look very carefully. When I drag these items slowly downwards, see what happens is, here it was B5 this plus C2 rate percent into B5, and when I had dragged it down, B5 became B6, but at the same time C2 became C3. So how to avoid this? This was actually relative referencing. Now I have to change it so that it shows correct value. To do it, I need to make this as constant. Now since we are scrolling through the column is same, only change in the row value. C2 C3. So what I do, I place a dollar mark, dollar which is above 4 in the keyboard. So dollar sign I place and I press enter and I drag it down. Now it would show the correct value, B5 plus C2. Accordingly I drag it all the way downwards. So it is B9 plus C2 plus B9. So this was mixed mode. So again, now I have to enter the values in row, entire row. So again I go to base value plus rate percent multiplied by original value. Now when I drag it, see very carefully again, this is again showing 34. So please check for what is the difference. C18 is this one. When I dragged it here, it became D18, that is fine. But rate percent here, it referred to C2, but now it is referring to D2. So in this case, we are browsing through the columns and not the rows. So here what I do is, I fix the column. So I fix C. So now column is fixed and I drag it here. So it will show correct values. So this is the sheet which will show you what is the difference between relative referencing, absolute referencing and mixed mode referencing. Here is a simple formula for simple interest. Principal into rate into time divided by 100. Rate percent upon 100 is rate percent itself. Rate percent is rate upon 100. So rate percent here it is 6%. Principal, there are 6 values for the principal and there are 6 values for the time. I need to know interest amount for each of these principal with respect to each of these time. So how we do it? Equal to principal into time into rate of interest. So the value I obtained is 60. Now if I drag it down, it shows some error. So what is the error? Let us check. B7 it is the principal which it has taken, C6 is the time and B2 is the rate of interest. When I had dragged it down, it took B8 as the principal, which is okay, C7 as the time, which is wrong. We always have to take time as C6 in this row. So what I do, in this throughout, column is same, only what is varying is 0. So here C6 was the time. So here what I will change I make is, in front of row I put dollar, which means this I am making as constant. So if I drag it down, it will take B8 as principal, C6 as time. Now another problem is B3. There is no value in B3. Rate of interest it had to select from B2. So what I do, in this I have to make row as well as column as constant, because this is not varying and this is placed only in B2. So what I do is, I place a dollar mark here and dollar mark in front of 2. Now when I drag it, it will show correct value. I drag it all the way downwards. Now when I drag it to the right hand side, again there is some error. In this, principal was B7, time was C6 and rate of interest was B2. When I place here, in this, principal A took as C7, which is wrong. It had to take B7. So in this, columns are varying but row is not varying. So I put a dollar sign before column. Row is not varying. So when I drag it, so now it will show B7 as principal, D6 as time and B2 as percent. Now I will drag all the way to the extreme right. You can verify at any stage. B7 is principal, G6 is time and B2 is 6%. So now you can stretch it all the way downwards. You can double click also, it will get automatically extended to the last adjacent value. So in this, if you look carefully, this is known as mixed mode, in which in either column or row is fixed. So $B7 and $6 are mixed mode, and $B, $2 are absolute referencing mode. Whereas if I remove any of the dollars, suppose B7, and I had dragged it down, then this is relative. So relative is when there is no dollar sign in any either column or row, that means none of them is fixed. If either one of them is fixed, then it is mixed mode, and if both of them are fixed, then it is absolute referencing. And how to change? For example, I need to make 3 multiplied by this. So I put a cursor here and I press F4 once, it will be absolute. I press F4 again, then $2, that means column would change, row would remain constant. Again I press F4, column would remain constant and row would change. So F4 would toggle, F4 key would toggle the referencing style. So that was it. Thanks.